Simon Belmont has been a logical candidate for Smash Bros. Ever since the first third-party character was introduced in Brawl. Castlevania has a long history on Nintendo consoles, from the original trilogy on the NES, Super Castlevania 4, and Dracula X on the Super Nintendo, nothing worth remembering on the N64, and a bunch of Metroidvania titles on the Game Boy Advance and the DS. No one really expected it to happen because fuck Konami, but I mean, if Bayonetta and Cloud can get in and also be the best characters in the game, I guess anything's possible. Konami must really miss actually having fans because they're putting a lot into Smash with Simon and Snake as characters and Bomberman as an assist trophy. But this isn't the first time these three will have been in a game together. Back in 2003, before we had just a few games being remade over and over again, Hudson Soft, which no longer exists, Konami, a shell of its former self, and Takara, now Takara Tomy, joined forces to create Dreammix TV World Fighters. Now you may be asking, what? And why? Well, I can answer one of those. It's actually a bit like Battle Stadium DON in the way that it's also a Smash Bros clone made by people who didn't want to try too hard. You gather hearts throughout the fight, and when the meter is full, you can punch out your opponent's heart. If you grab it before they do, you win. The gameplay is definitely not why you'd be playing this, but because of the characters. The ones you're probably most familiar with are the aforementioned Simon, Snake, and Bomberman, but there's also the main character from Bloody Roar, which really needs to make a comeback, Optimus Prime, Master Higgins from Adventure Island, and the kid from Beyblade for some reason. Surprisingly, there are alternate costumes that actually had some thought put into them. For example, Simon's default is the red hair version, but there's also a blonde version reminiscent of his original appearance, and the one portrayed in Smash Ultimate. Snake's alternates are even more interesting. With Sons of Liberty being released just a few years earlier, he has his sneaking suit, his Pliskin look, and the tuxedo. And he also has his Shadow Moses outfit from Metal Gear Solid. The stages and music are full of references as well, like Dracula's Castle playing Bloody Tears and Big Shell with Metal Gear Solid 2's main theme. The gameplay, however, is pretty shit. It feels really stiff, and the characters only get 2 attacks, one basic and one special. There are, at least, some different things you can do with the special moves, like having Simon's cross circle you instead of throwing it straight, or planting C4 on an enemy instead of the ground. Like I mentioned earlier, your goal is to fill your heart meter, which you can see down here with Simon looking just super kawaii desu. Then steal your opponent's heart. The story is nothing special. This TV show has low ratings, so the producers decide just to broadcast these fights to gain viewers. The game's graphics are decent enough when playing, but these cutscenes look very early 2000s. I wouldn't recommend this game unless you really wanted to try these characters out in a fighting game, but I mean, just play Smash. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, follow us on social media at CrashLove Gaming. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.